Hello everybody, my name is Dragonite2012. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon X and Y Moveset recommendations. Today I'm doing another one of my very favorite Pokemon, and that is Charizard. This is the one I used in Pokemon X. I actually had this thing traded. I traded this thing for another shiny Pokemon I used to have that I definitely do not regret it one bit because this guy is awesome. It's a shiny Charizard from Spain. It specializes in pretty much special attack and speed. It's jolly-natured. It has the hidden ability Solar Power. And its moveset is physical. And this is a Charizard I use for a Charizard X set. So, this is basically what this video is going to be about. A Mega Charizard X set. Now, Mega Charizard X is definitely one of the most lethal Mega evolutions out there, if you ask me, because for most of all, it changes its typing from Fire Flying to Fire Dragon, which I thought was so badass when I found out about that. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Dragon types, and Charizard, even though he's not a Dragon type, has always been taking a special place in my heart. He finally got his Dragon typing, so I thought that was really cool. I'm sorry, I can't speak. Anyway, since my Charizard is jolly-natured, it is really fast. It is able to outspeed pretty much anything. And especially since I have Dragon Dance on its set, it is very lethal. Especially once you get one off, you should be able to sweep right there, just like you would for like a Salamence or a Dragonite. Mega Charizard X is a very lethal Mega evolution, in my opinion. So, I'm sorry, I'm rambling now. Anyway, let's discuss this moveset. Alright, as soon as I Mega Evolve it, I always go for Dragon Dance, because Charizard X specializes in attack. It gets a huge boost in attack and defense. So, I decided to take advantage of that. So, like, if my opponent wants to use Hydro Pump or Rock Slide or Earthquake on me, Charizard can take a hit most of the time. He's pretty good at taking hits, especially when Mega Evolved in that form. So, I always go for Dragon Dance to boost my attack and speed, making my Charizard, especially my Charizard, unstoppable at that point. And then for fire type stab, I've got Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz, I've never really been a big fan of Flare Blitz until this Charizard actually used to be a mix set. Its moveset used to be Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse. Those were its two special attacks, and that's its two physical attacks with Thunder Punch and Earthquake. And I haven't really been able to win a lot of battles with that moveset, so I did some research, and it looks like Flare Blitz and Dragon Claw are much better than Flamethrower and Dragon Pulse. Even though, as much as I love those attacks, it wouldn't work for Mega Charizard X. So I replaced Flamethrower with Flare Blitz, and I cannot believe how dangerous of a move it is, especially once Mega Evolved and once it has a Dragon Dance off. It is a very lethal attack. Even though Charizard hurts itself every time you use it, it's still worth it. Like, I've one-hit KO'd Pokemon. Even Pokemon of, like, of types you wouldn't think would be KO'd by a fire-type attack. Like, I've taken down a Talonflame before with a Flare Blitz. And I was just so blown away by how powerful Mega Charizard X is, especially with its attack and a Dragon Dance. It's just wow. And then since it becomes a fire and dragon type, I figure I should have a dragon type move, because that makes sense. So I put down Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw is your best bet, especially since once Charizard Mega Evolves, it gets the ability Tough Claws, which raises the effect of its attacks, of its physical contact attacks by 50%, I believe. So Dragon Claw would be very, very lethal. Excuse me. One thing I've seen a lot lately is that when people use this kind of Charizard, they put Outrage instead, which doesn't make any sense because, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because since Charizard's a Fire and Dragon type, it can't really take a lot of damage from Fairy type attacks, so Outrage is a very lethal attack. If you want Outrage, you can. I definitely recommend it because I got sweeped a couple weeks ago. I was facing a buddy of mine who had Outrage on his Mega Charizard X, and he basically sweeped me with Outrage. It's not even funny how powerful Mega Charizard is, especially with Outrage. It's unstoppable. So, you can either go with Outrage or Dragon Claw. I would definitely, either one would work great. But yeah, and then for the final one, I went with Earthquake because, once Charizard loses his Fire Flying typing, it becomes a Fire and Dragon type, which makes it able to be hit by ground type attacks. Which kind of sucks, I think is bullshit, but anyway, Earthquake is a very dangerous move. 100% damage, 100% accuracy, you can't go wrong. Of course, there are also, other ways you can do this. There is also, instead of Earthquake, you could put like Fire Punch or Thunder Punch. Probably Thunder Punch because that deals with water types and other types for you. You could put Steel Wing to deal with Fairy types. What else? You could put Rock Slide. There's a whole... Charizard is capable of learning a lot of various attacks. It's like not even funny how wide of a move pool Charizard has. I'm not saying it can work like water type attacks. Of course, that's kind of stupid to say that, but Charizard is able to learn a lot of various attacks in various ranging of typings. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that is my Mega Charizard X set video. The reason as you notice, the item, it doesn't have an item at the moment because this Pokemon is actually my Y version, so, and we all know that, if you get Y version, you'll get Mega Charizard Y, X version, you only get Mega Charizard X, which is kind of bullshit, but anyway, I will definitely be just demonstrating how powerful this thing is in the future, and, yeah. Thank you all. I hope you have a great weekend and have a great day. Thank you. Goodbye.